The country has been rocked by several years of political and social turmoil and has had 4 different prime ministers since the last election in 2016. Many Romanians will be hoping that this election will restore some stability.
At the end of the day, it was the lowest voter turnout in the history of Romania's democratic elections. The two major parties that clashed, the Liberals and the Social Democrats, both claimed victory tonight, as according to the first exit polls, the difference between their results is really small, 1.5%. That means anything can change when the vote count is over. From Bucharest, Marijanion, Euronews.
The Romanian capital. Thank you very much for your time. What do you see as the most likely outcome there? We know our reporter just sort of laid out several of the scenarios. 5 prime ministers in 5 years. Might this now be some stability for Romania?
There will be, I believe, for at least a year or two. I think we may be missing the chance of having a 4-year stable government, but that would have happened anyway, no matter the components of the coalition. The truth is, right now...
Just explain why that is, if you could.
The patterns of Romanian elections are the following. In case you have low participation, normally the party who gets its electorate more mobilized secures the elections. Historically, this party is the Social Democrat Party. Unfortunately for them, they don't have a coalition partner. I agree with the assessment from your reporter in Bucharest. The truth is, right now, the Liberal Prime Minister, although his party scored number 2, still will have the upper ground for 2 reasons. Constitutional reasons, because according to our constitution, the Romanian president is closer in powers, for example, with the French president, although not as strong as Macron. Nonetheless, the president has a stronger constitutional mandate than in Italy or Germany, for example, and can have a serious say in coalition building. So it's in the interest of the president to have his party in power for the next 4 years till 2024. Now, the only dilemma is, how do you secure a sound majority? By sound, not meaning just 51%, but perhaps more. Again, we are still 2 or 3 hours away from the final result. But I strongly believe, like other observers in Bucharest, is that a more natural coalition is a coalition of parties affiliated to the European People's Party. So right-wing parties plus the partner from the Renew Europe party. That means 3 or 4 parties, which is a lot, honestly, for a coalition to make it very successful, very peaceful, particularly in a, let's say, in a passionate country in politics like Romania is. But nonetheless, I would say once you don't have really a choice, you have to go forward with this. So I do expect in the days to come a 3 or a 4 party coalition centered around the Liberals and topping 50% in total.
Well, we'll be following all the coalition talks and discussions here. Just wanted to ask you about this new party, an anti-West, anti-globalist, orthodox party, the AUR. Where have they come from and why is it that they've generated votes?
They were pretty much a stealth party and nobody really credited them with let's say, with a lot of hopes as regards entering parliament. Also because sometimes in Romania, we tend to see diverging results in polls, including internal polls, which analysts see for parties. So I would say a lot of the people, although they saw that in a certain preference for a rising AUR, because this is the name of it's an acronym for gold in Romanian, AUR. So this golden new party, we saw it rising slowly in the polls, but there was very little expectation that such a stealth up till now party would actually make it into parliament and make it, I would say, pretty big, because they may be going at the end, combined also with the diaspora vote, because this is the vote that we're still waiting for right now. They may be going towards 7 or 8%. So let's see. But I would say that the problems for the parties is they can't really roll the red carpet to such a party, who is officially, they try to define themselves only as I saw the reframing operation from their leader yesterday. They said they're not extremists, that they're radical, and that they're a natural partner to the Orthodox Church, and they should be defined as a conservative party. It remains to be seen. Again, there's a lot of chit-chat and declarations in Romanian politics, but let's see actual policies. For the moment, as an analyst, I tend to refrain a little bit. I would just say that, yes, indeed, this is one of the surprises of the elections, combined with a low turnout, very low turnout for these parliamentary elections, which put PSD, again, as party number 1 in a really strong position as main opposition party in the years to come, trolling the next governmental coalition.
Thank you very much for your analysis, Radu Magdin, political analyst, twice former prime ministerial advisor, speaking to us there from the Romanian capital.